Beneath the crooked moon they fled, where wickedness can safely tread. One soul alone through bramble ran, pursued by neither beast nor man. For fears give chase where fears are bold, and some wear faces, so we're told, to never name in waking light. They walk the dusk and claim the night. There came the fear of being seen, of knowing what the truth might mean. It trailed behind in silk and thread, with button eyes and tilted head. No voice, no touch on mirror's grace, just empty hands and a stitched-on face. There came the fear of not enough, of kindness lost, of hearts too rough. It limped with limbs of straw and skin, and carried every hurt within. It whispered help in rustling sighs, and bled for those with colder eyes. There came the fear of what was lost, of cards yet played and dices tossed. It walked in boots that dragged the past, and soon found out luck cannot last. A curse in foot, a charm once worn, one careless act, now hunters mourn. There came the fear of growing still, of ticking clocks and bitter chill. It breathed in smoke and tasted dust, and now a canine must it trust. It danced with death in half-closed eyes, and know too well the cost of lies. And all the while the moon looked on, its crooked grin, impious and wrong. It did not chase, it did not speak, it only watched the lost and the weak. So run, dear dreamer, fast and soon. They find us all 'neath crooked moon.
The midnight hour has come to Foxwillow. You wake up in darkness, and the lingering scent of smoke clinging to your skin. A much needed rest for most of you. And it awakes and fills with energy almost all of you. But Totek, unfortunately, remains barely responsive, only answering in grunts and moans. Hagen decides to stay in the inn, looking after Totek, as a longing has come over Felix. A need to find and collect unique stories, however sparse they may be in this restless and empty town. Ven and Felix, you must now venture into this town and find some answers before you find the source of the town's despair. Welcome to session 11 of The Crooked Moon, The Fallen.
Start out.
Where did we begin? Well, it's not that big a town, but still, a lot of empty houses. Maybe somebody practicing witchcraft.
Simplify it for you. There is a schoolhouse, the inn you're currently in, there's the half burnt down store, there is the butcher's shop, which is where Jonah, the guy you saved from the windmill, he's gone to. There is a library, there is a half-burnt town hall. There is the remains of the windmill, in case you want to check the charred foundations. Yeah. And there is the cornfields around the town.
Talk to Jonah. Perhaps we can start at the butcher's shop.
All right, we can do that for sure. Sounds like he might know a little bit more than, well, some others. Maybe William next, because he seems, I don't know, awfully dodgy about the situation. But let's go talk to Jonah
Yes.
first.
Like, I broke it, now I must fix it.
Yeah.
As you head on downstairs, it's around the time where now Martha and William have gone to bed in the inn. The town is eerily quiet. The occasional crow cry echoes throughout the entire town.
As we go out the door, I'm gonna just reach up, not saying anything, just reach up and grab Felix's hand. And as I do, Felix, you can see that my seams are coming loose around the pinky finger and around the ring finger, as if they've been picked on, so that they're a little frayed.
You doing all right, Vin? I mean, did just have some time to rest, but I didn't realize maybe something's going on.
Worried. Worried for Totek. Hagen is going to be all right. But what if Totek doesn't recover?
We'll figure something out. Figure something out. A place like this, I mean, it'll get to you, but sure, we can find somebody. At least they'll lift that spell off Totek in no time.
You won't leave me. Don't leave me alone again.
No, we won't do that. Right here.
Right.
Right here. I'm gonna hold Ven's hand and we'll make our way to the butcher's.
Sure. The candles are all snuffed out in the butcher's, but the door is openable. You hear from the back loud snoring noises. Jonah has managed to fall asleep.
We
The
wake him?
butcher's itself is surprisingly lacking in meat. The storefront itself has a horrible smell of blood, but the countertops empty, picked clean almost. A plucked bird carcass is the only meat you can see.
Kind of bird. Is it a crow?
You can give a nature check. It's hard to tell from a plucked version, but
Ooh. 7.
yeah, that is a bird. It's not a chicken, you know that much.
Strange. It looks like a seagull. But we're not near the sea.
Sometimes they go far distance, but maybe not this far. Felix is gonna pull out his timepiece. Roughly, what time would it be? Yeah, just mostly checking what time it is because I'm realizing that everybody might be trying to sleep right now.
Yeah, it's 11 p.m. It's not like that rude to wake someone up at this time, but it's not up and about time.
Right.
Because you went to sleep at like 4 p.m.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean,
We wake him?
Oh, you were saying something?
Oh, should we wake him?
I mean, the sooner the better, right? Because they might be upset if we come back quite a bit later and try and ask them questions.
True. I do have some questions I want to know. answers to. Answers, that's what we need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in the back.
The door to the back is actually locked. It is a very rickety wooden door that has like 4 inches at the bottom that you can like see through. But yeah, the door itself is latched in some way, shape, or form. The other side.
Is this time? Is
Oh,
this the time for the card trick?
Yes, let's stab along with daggers again. That always goes well. Also,
Sorry
hello,
about that.
Hagen.
Hello. Sorry, I was helping around the house. So sorry.
Yeah, but we're just exploring the town this session, basically, because we still don't have Totek. We're currently in the butcher's where, because it is 11 p.m. roughly, the Jonah, the guy who you saved from the burning windmill, he is currently asleep and snoring. The butcher's is empty pretty much, except for a single bird, unidentified as of yet, bird carcass.
It's been identified as a seagull. I think we got it.
Basically, you were making the others went ahead while you made sure that Totek was in a safe place. You could lock the door, making sure he was fine, because he's barely conscious still, even after this 8-hour rest you all managed to get. Totek still is responding in grunts and moans and single syllabic words. So ironically, pumpkin's 2 syllables, but yeah. I won't go into syllable counting again. We've been there and done that. Yeah, so yeah, he's not looking great, but basically you make sure that he's comfortable, has everything he needs, and then you lock the door to the inn room and go out and find the others in the butcher's like they told you they were going to. So now you're all in the butcher's together, just to expedite that along, if that's all right, guys.
Yep, of course.
Oh, Hagen, good to see that you can join us. Yeah, I didn't know how rough Totek was doing, so thank you for checking on him.
Of course, same as last night, to be honest. Not really much of a change.
Yeah, it's kind of what we were afraid of, but like I was telling Vin, we'll either find somebody or Totek's strong. He'll make it out.
Hope you're right.
Start picking at my seams again, at my pinky seam, just kind of thread by thread, picking as you're talking about Totek.
Not much to worry about. Hold on, Vin. We don't got to be doing that. I'm gonna grab both of Vin's hands. It's gonna be all right. Like I said, he's gonna be good. I mean, we got this far, right? Can't lose him that easy. We won't. We'll figure something out.
Right.
All right. Why don't we start going to ask some questions?
I mean, to be fair, who can we ask? Not to sound... there's only so many people left in this village.
Well, maybe they know somebody, or they know somebody who knows somebody. A small town, they should know everybody. Maybe somebody knows something.
Go up to the door and just pound on it. William! We need answers!
I'm pretty sure that we're trying to find Jonah. I think Jonah's in this building, but
Yeah.
I like the spirit.
I'm having a really hard time.
Y'all are.
You hear like a what? And the door opens like a crack, barely enough to reveal the eyeball staring at you as Jonah, in like a dirty wife beater and long boxers, is like, "Ugh, what are you lot doing up?"
Did we Oh, wait, it is nighttime, isn't it? I suppose we did come at a bad time, didn't we?
That's alright. What you doing?
We need answers. Firstly, is that a seagull? How did you get it?
It's a crow. That's all I can find around here nowadays.
Crows. Crows.
The meat is almost rotten and gross, but at least it's protein, right?
I suppose so.
Inviting in. I'm gonna try to push the door back and just barge in.
He is going to try and contest that. Do you want to roll a strength check?
Could I?
When you notice he's trying to contest it.
I'll just look.
Seems
Could
a
I
bit
look at
sus.
him, and instead of strength, could I try to persuade him? I'll just look at him with my little button eyes, and I'll just say, "I saved your life, and I want to try to find Lisa. Why don't you want me to find Lisa?"
Oh yeah, by the way, I really fucked up on that one. It's Liza.
The Zed?
Yes, I am dyslexic as fuck
Liza.
and called the Lisa
Liza,
the entire
Lisa,
time.
what? Potato.
And I was really confused when I said Lisa in the inn, and you were like, "Is it the same person?" I was like, "No, they're spelled completely." Oh, fuck! I've been saying it wrong. Yeah, so my bad on that one. It's Liza. Just imagine in retcon that it was Liza the whole time.
Don't you want us to help you find Liza?
Yeah, but she's not in this
Then let me in.
Roll persuasion. Or intimidation, up to you.
Ooh, 24.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting.
Uh-oh.
For seemingly no reason, he is still holding the door and says, "She's not in here, just give it up, okay?"
She
Does
does.
it seem like he's trying to hide something?
I'm gonna say with that persuasion roll, yes.
Oh, I just remembered I had left something back at the inn. Could you give me one sec? I'll be right back, everyone. And I'll
Oh.
just
Yeah.
once I'm out of sight of him, I will use one of my wild shapes to turn into a mouse and try sneak into one of the floorboards of his house.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
With how it's not run down, but it's very ramshackle. This place. I'm gonna say there's definitely places mice can find their way in. Sure. If you are entering the room that he is also in, can you give us stealth, please?
Am I just getting any advantage on stealth checks? I don't know this how that would work.
I'm just lowering his perception, so maybe it turns out to be the same difference.
So we do that. Stealth. That's a 10.
Yeah, that's enough. He's distracted. He's literally talking face first in the door crack at Ven, so he's not going to notice a mouse rolling a 10. That's fine. Yeah. 10 is perfectly average, and I don't think he'd notice the average mouse behind him in the other side of the room. So, inside this room, I don't know what your senses are like as a mouse, which ones are heightened or not, but the stench of dried blood is powerful. And crawling around the floor, your claws pick up some dried blood on them. There is various skulls on a shelf. And there is blood and rags around the place. Yeah, under the bed. Under the bed.
Do those skulls appear to be humanoid?
No, they're very obviously not human. You don't necessarily know what animals they're from unless you roll a nature check, but they're very much not human.
I'm gonna try checking under the bed where all those extra like rags are.
Sure, you get a stench of and can sort of see bits poking out. There seems to be bits of wheat or barley, some kind of crop. But the rag itself is rigid with dried blood.
Is there anything else that I noticed around the room?
Lots of empty bottles. Nothing is where it should be. There's rubbish on the floor. About it, really? Oh, what more do you want?
Well, I think this is like the only room in the house, right? Like, there's nothing. Is that like, the only place?
There's a storeroom. There's a storeroom, this bedroom, and the front room, and that's it.
I'll try to check the storeroom if there's a way to get in.
Yeah, I don't think this place is exactly mouse-proof. The storeroom has a couple of currently being processed crow carcasses and some liquor bottles, and that's it.
Okay, I think I've seen enough. I'll just make my way out of the house and just change back.
Sure. Then, what are you talking about to distract him during this?
I'm wondering,
Oh, sorry.
why does William think that you stole his livestock?
Oh, he told you about that. Of course he did. William's a crazy old fool. He was embezzling money and selling me worse and worse stock, and kick up a fuss and talk to the mayor about it, and then suddenly I'm the bad guy. He twists it and turns it, but it was him being a miser that caused this whole problem in the first place. Him, that, and, of course, Jericho leaving.
I've heard that name before. Who was he?
Jericho Styx was, you might say, the glue that held this town together. We didn't know it at the time, but since his disappearance, every thread, every relationship has been strained and pulled apart. Jericho was a lovely little fella who played music and made people cheery and made people see the light in others. One day he was just gone.
That pumpkin people started arriving.
Yeah. I suppose what happened first was the crops started dying and all the livestock started mysteriously dying. And then the people. At first we thought it was people leaving town to try and get supplies and rations and food and giving up on Foxwillow, but soon it was family members and close friends who had no ill intentions. Liza, who was last seen near the cornfields. They say the cornfields whisper to you, but when I went there to try and find Liza, I wasn't even allowed in. They have a way of turning you around if they don't want you there. Before you know it, you're back in Foxwillow, walking a straight line, and somehow appearing where you left is somehow one of the least weird things that actually happens around here now.
Sorry, I tripped and fell in patch of dirt. I'm fine. I found the thing I was looking for. So what I miss?
Cornfields are haunted.
Cornfields where I would go if I was looking for the others. Believe me, I tried. Maybe they'll let you in, but they didn't let me in.
Did
Ooh.
Jericho live?
Pardon? Sorry? I misheard that.
Where did
Yeah, Ven, you
Jericho live?
Where?
Where did Jericho live? Ooh,
Yes.
that's a good
Which
question.
house?
Jericho lived in the fields. He was ever present. You look out the school windows and he's in the fields playing a tune. You work an extra long shift mowing the ground, and Jericho's there to cheer you up at the end of the day. You butcher your livestock. Jericho makes you feel like it was all worth it.
Did Jericho maintain the fields?
Jericho did a lot, but mostly his job was making us better at being ourselves. But most folks around here are farmers of some kind.
So have the cornfields that are up right now, nobody's tried to, I don't know, harvest? No clean it out? I mean,
I asked
guess-
William to try, but he said he wasn't even going to come close. And then, before I knew it, he took off. Like the coward he is. I would try myself, but I don't really have the tools or the know-how. And last time I went near that cornfield, I was kicked right back out. So, you're more than welcome to try. But we've tried fire, we've tried sickles. Nothing even seems to make a dent.
I guess that was kind of what I was thinking. Seems awfully strange to have a lot of unpicked corn like that, but
Only have one last question.
Oh, all right.
What was Jericho? Was he like? Is it like he like Felix, or like me, or like Hagen?
Well, Jericho was a harvest born, but a harvest born like no other. He had a bird cage for a body. And I've never met a harvest born that could play instruments quite like that. Normally they're all rigid and good at manual labor tasks, but Jericho, he was as nimble and dexterous as the rest of us, despite his straw hands.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions. Do you? I'm gonna look at Hagen and Felix.
I do not, personally. You? I don't have any more questions. Actually, I do have one. Would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior Twitch.tv?
Well, you can use your Twitch Primes for free.
Oh, Felix is there. Okay. Do you have any more questions, Felix?
I don't think so. I mean, kind of covered all the bases. Yeah, I think the only other questions I have are for other individuals.
Yeah, go bother someone else. And he tries to shut the door if you let him, Ven.
Yeah, I'll step back.
You
and let
hear
him
Bottles clinking and like a oh fuck as he from behind the door as he walks back.
All right, I guess we can go find William now. Kind of the next person that kind of want to talk to.
Oh, now I think about it, whatever happened to that other person? The one that I summoned, I suppose, last time? Is he still here somewhere?
You don't know yet. You did so. The people you know were in this town when you went to bed. Jonah, who you've just visited, Martha, who has their own room in the inn, William, who said he would join you at the inn for sticking together sakes, and the character who I forgot the name of, the one who's really important that you. 1 second, Morgan. Morgan with the Irish accent.
Oh, Morgan.
Who was talking about, like, desperately just trying to find a way back to Wickham. But whether he decided to brave it by himself or find somewhere to sleep and wait for you is unknown to you right now.
Can go and see if we can find Morgan and talk to William and about
I know what
Jericho. Yes?
I know what he was hiding I know what he was hiding in his home.
Oh?
I may or may not have used some magic to sneak around in his home and found that there's a lot of blood and animal parts and skulls and dead birds and things.
I mean, it is a butcher shop, so you're talking about, like, does he have, like, a meat locker full of food?
Not exactly. There were a bunch of crows and everything, but there's also just a bunch of dried rags and blood on the floor and animal bones and I don't know what to think about this.
Like, was this all in, like, a processing room, or was it, like... Is that what he had in his
Pretty sure
bedroom?
it's in his bedroom.
Oh. Well, that's a little odd.
So either he just really likes the smell of rotting flesh, or something else is going on.
You didn't see any people in there besides him, right?
I don't think so. Not that I could tell, at least.
Okay. Well, that's, I guess, slightly better. It might not be directly responsible, but still a little weird.
He seems to have given up. Nobody cleans when they give up.
That's true. That's true. Well, maybe keep an eye out for him just in case, but maybe it's not something to be too concerned about. Maybe just give him some space.
The story about Jericho, though, it reminds me of the music I found. The music I found in the bedroom of Isaac. There was that. It was called Virgil's Birdcage. It was about a man with an angry crow for a heart. Sounds like Jericho. And the man, he played cheerful music to keep the crow from getting angry.
Yeah, that does sound an awful lot like something maybe Jericho was dealing with. Huh. Maybe he got tired of playing cheerful music.
Kind of pulls in on herself a little bit and kind of lets her face fall. I understand that. And then shakes her head so the jingle bells jingle and, but never mind.
I didn't mean nothing by that. I just was a thought.
It's all right. Everything's fine.
All right.
Go to the...
In.
Yeah, let's go
indeed.
talk to William. Yeah.
Besides, I probably should check on Totek while we're there. Anyway.
Good idea.
Cool. Yeah, you head back to the inn. Yeah, there is some downstairs rooms that one of you went in to the kitchen before. I can't remember who.
Felix did. He was looking for that
Yeah, but
hidden.
there is another downstairs room that you assumed to be a sleeping quarters of some kind.
Okay. Yeah, I think if William's gonna be anywhere. No, Morgan? I don't know. There's sleeping quarters on the bottom. Probably. We could try there. See who's there.
Maybe the guests would be upstairs. Or Martha
That's true.
downstairs.
Yeah, that might make more sense.
We could just knock.
Yeah.
True. So which one of us is gonna knock?
I'll go up and I'll just pound on the door. William! William, we have
Right.
questions!
Roll perception. Jesus Christ.
It's almost like I don't know if like just like a haunted doll just like scratching at the door, just like let me in, come and play with me.
I'm not sure if that's better or worse than someone just screaming your name as you wake up.
I mean, I
Yeah.
could just go and stand by the bed and stare.
With tilted head. Yeah. You hear two voices from inside. You don't hear exactly what they say, but they are like, "What the fuck? Who was that? Oh, fuck! Is that fucking sort of like?" Yeah, lots of confusion going on inside, lots of scrambling. And then you hear William's voice say, hold on a minute! Is that you, Van?
Of course! We're on the case. We're trying to find out what happened.
You know
Nobody
it's the
has
middle of
time
the
for
night,
sleep.
right?
It's the best time for sleuthing.
Sure, but why are you at the door?
At your door.
I mean, why are you at this door?
No. I am sleuthing. Who do you have in there, William? Who's in there?
I think I'll go check on Totek real quick. I'll leave these two in the person. Privacy. Yes, that. And he'll just quickly shuffle away.
With a sort of bed sheet wrapped around him, still wearing a straw hat, because why not?
Oh no.
William,
Straw hat stays on.
William notches the door open and goes, "Ven, this is not the place to be looking, okay? Not right now."
What were you doing in there? Who's in there with you? Is it Morgan? We're looking for Morgan as well.
No. Morgan took off. He said he'd take his chances on the road and give him as much supplies as I could, which is pretty much sweet FA, and he took off.
How wide is that door open?
As narrowly
wide
as he
enough?
could make it.
Van, hold on. Give me a sec.
It's actually wider than Jonah opened the door, but it's still pretty narrow.
William, go put some pants on.
Why? Why'd you need me at this hour?
go put your pants on. We got some questions.
Oh, jeez. All right. He shuts the door again. And then, like 5 minutes goes by. He comes out and very quickly shuts the door behind himself. Guys, you really need to learn timings. Oh, what's up? What can I help with?
Well,
So we should go
Look.
sit in the kitchen.
yeah. Let's go
Yes.
sit.
Or
As we-
maybe the seating area, because I'm not sure there's much place to sit in the kitchen.
Or the seating area. As William and Felix start to move, Ven's gonna like go with them a few steps and then take those few steps backwards and then try to open the door and peep in and see who's in there. I know who's in there, but I wouldn't know who's in there.
You lock eyes with Martha, who is currently in the act of putting a wedding ring back on.
Oh,
Oh,
drama? Am I Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh no, you did?
I'm gonna just slowly inch my head back out the door and slowly close it.
Yeah, Martha doesn't say anything. She just looks a bit confused, maybe scared, but mostly confused at you.
Oh, if anyone else is awake, perhaps they could also come to the seating area. And then I'm gonna go down the hall.
Yeah, sure. For now, William's there. What's up, guys? What are we investigating?
mostly have concerns about. Well, really, the fire. That's kind of my big talking point. I don't know if the other two have something else they wanted to mention.
I wanted to know about embezzling.
Well, the fire is out.
Well, it's out now, but something had to start it for it to get going. So, I was hoping maybe since you were the one to come grab us, you might know a little bit about how it might have gotten started.
There was not a fire when I left Foxwillow. I came because of the Killer Pumpkin people, not because of the fire. The town's been starving and people have been on edge for weeks, but never heard of any arson. How did you say that word in an American accent? Arson? I literally can't say that in an American accent. Never heard of any arson threats.
Google Translate.
For some reason, I can only say that word in a very, very posh British accent. Hey, I ain't never heard of any arson threats. Arson. Okay, you guys need to help me with this. How do you say that in American?
Arson.
Arson.
A
Arson.
little bit of arson. It's
Like,
I ain't
like
never
a
heard of
little
any
more
from
emphasis on
Somerset.
arson, Fritz. Okay, that's a
there we go.
struggle word for me. That is Jesus. Anyway, that's funny. I think it's the sound is just so different between British and American.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're very bring the tongue
Arson.
back,
Yeah.
I guess. Or yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So. Anyway, phonetics, whatever.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of any arson threats. No. Yeah.
Okay.
The windmill did have a basement. Did you check there?
Well, we were headed there after we had some time to chit chat with some people in town. Didn't want to go too far and end up realizing we need to talk to some people. So we'll pretty much head there next.
Around this time, Martha sort of comes from down the corridor and is like, "Oh, we're having a town meeting, are we? Okay.
That you've arrived.
Yes. Well, how can me and William help?"
Martha, were you here past couple of days?
Yes, I've been staying here. Yeah. mostly in Isaac's room.
Did you happen to notice the windmill? I mean, now it's kind of charred a bit, but did you happen to notice when or how might have gotten into that situation?
Oh. Oh, I see. Well, I don't see the point in hiding it. The fire was me, but not intentionally, of course. I I was I was having a fight with Jonah. He said some horrible things about my children, and we were arguing, and while we were arguing, some pumpkin heads came and attacked us. So we both ran to the windmill. But as I was trying to climb the ladder, um, uh, Jonah knocked me, and the lantern it hit the hay covered floor, and within moments the place was ablaze. Straight after that, a pumpkinhead ran straight past me, climbed the ladder, as if it was fixated on Jonah. Could have sworn it was like a pretending to be a young girl or something. Um, Shortly after that, I realized Jonah wasn't going to come down anytime soon, so I tried to make my way out, which is when a piece of rubble hit me, and by the time I came to, the place was fully ablaze and no way out in sight. Thank goodness you arrived when you did.
They say about your children.
Yeah. Well, my eldest, Isaac, he was always helpful to this town. He ran the inn and was generally well liked. But Adelaide, my daughter, she was devastated when Jericho left. It hit Adelaide really hard. And she retreated. She wasn't the same. She barely talked to people. She was distraught, bless her. But some in the town took that as a sign that she was causing the problems and called her horrible things, untrue things, like a witch. But she was just grieving. That's all.
And what your husband?
My husband was one of the first to go into the corn, into wherever they are. He was not as kind to Adelaide as he needed to be. So when he went missing, I hate to say I was relieved for a bit. But that was before I knew. Before I knew it wouldn't stop there. It wouldn't be a couple of missing people. Some who maybe missed more than others. It would keep coming and keep taking people after people. And now my children are missing. When Jonah said that my missing child was to blame, I lost it. Okay. But any mother would do the same.
How old was Adelaide? Is Adelaide?
She's 22.
Especially close? To Jonah? Or not Jonah. To Jericho. Too many J's.
Yes, Jericho was always kind to Adelaide. He never treated her the way others treated her. He always had time for Adelaide. And his songs, well, that was all she would talk about. She wanted to be a musician because of him. Everyone else just called her names and picked on her.
Or Jericho went missing?
When Jericho went missing, Adelaide...
Before, they were mean before.
Yes. Adelaide had a tough life. She never fit in.
Oh, how did she not fit in? Was it magic?
No. Just the things she liked to do. She would play with animals and be happy getting dirty, and other kids saw her as filthy and awful, so they called her names.
Jericho, after Jericho went missing, who was the first to go missing?
It's hard to say exactly, but there was rumors in town of whispers, and a name came up. Raum? There was rumors that a Raum was threatening farmers, but we didn't really believe it at the time. And then when my husband went missing, I started to take it a bit more seriously. And I too heard Raum's whisperings. But yes, the first person to go could have been a few people, but my husband was certainly among the first.
Tara, who knew? What's a Raum?
Exactly. I still obsess over that name. What does it mean? I tried talking to Isaac, but he was so dismissive about it. He continued to not believe. Said this town had gone to shit, and it was our fault. But he was just saying words. He was angry. Had a bad day. I tried to talk to Adelaide about it, but she said not to worry, and that she didn't like my husband. She at this point didn't like me very much. I tried to extend a hand of mothership. I tried to be there for her. But after Jericho's disappearance, it really was like she'd lost hope. William's gonna pipe up and say, I too have heard about this realm. Thought it was some kind of made up hoo-ha at first, but people went missing. I started to fear the word and fear the crows mostly. And I feel like they're watching us, and as more and more people went missing and more skeletons showed up, the crows, I swear they were laughing at us.
A quick question.
Far away.
How is Totek doing since I went to go check on him? I'm assuming still the same.
Yep.
I will take this opportunity, if I can, to pull out that little vial with that I had gone a little while ago, that I had talked to, and just go, hello, are you still in there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, this vial basically just has like an inch of like red liquid at the bottom, which when you start talking to it, it coagulates into a little figure in the middle, pulling itself together. It does a little cute sort of stretch out and says, Aiken, what's up?
You know exactly what's wrong with my friend right here?
Oh, lots.
Anything specific, I suppose?
Well, he's not got what you've got. He should count himself lucky. But his mind is twisted. It's barely piecing itself back together slowly. His thoughts stifled. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's not got what you've got.
So, you said once that you are me, but what does this mean? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't quite. There's just so much I don't understand right now.
And that's the beauty of it.
I need
Over time, you will.
at least let me know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like there has to be some sort of meaning.
Oh,
Purpose
there's always meaning and purpose. I mean, you don't want to die, right?
I don't know.
Oh, well, that's the meaning and purpose then. First step, get yourself in a place where you don't want to die. Second step, make sure you never die.
Easier said than done when you're running out of time.
Exactly. Time goes against us. Goes against you.
I just want to know the whys of everything that's happened. Then whatever happens, but I'll accept that. Just tell me something. Even a little thing.
Aiken, 10 years from now, no longer cursed. No longer mortal. A forever being. Happy.
I am. And what you're saying is I'm assuming what you're saying is, at least, if I just keep going as is, that's what awaits me?
No. But you'll know. You'll know when it's time. But now, enjoy mortality. Anything could kill you.
Okay. Oh wait, one more question. So sorry. I don't know if this is something you can sense, but do you know what happened to Fenrir?
Ooh, great question.
I just need to know that if he's okay.
His tone changes a bit. It's a little aggravated, and he says, I don't care about Fenrir, but you do. Fenrir can also die. Like you.
Will I see him again? I ask a little hesitantly, considering how he reacted the first time.
He mockingly goes, will I see him again? I don't know.
I see. Thank you for answering my questions.
It just
I'll just-
looches back into a pool of blood in the jar.
I'll just put it back into my gear and just sit there for a while, just head in hands, just trying to process everything again.
All right. With that, we will take a break because it's been an hour and a half, and it's a good time wrapping up the scene to do it. If you are watching on Twitch, please follow. If you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. See you in a bit. Break time. If there's nothing else you need to ask of Martha and William, they're quite keen to go back to bed.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Yeah. I'm gonna go make that bed, I'm sure. I think we've done enough interrogating.
Oh, yes. I had one more question, just one more.
Oh.
I wanted to know about why, Martha, why was Adelaide angry with you? I understand why she was angry with her father. But why you? Were you doing something you shouldn't? And I'm gonna look at William.
Roll persuasion.
Is 14.
She kept prying. She wanted to know. She found out about, and William's gonna be like, yeah, so if that's enough, then we should call it a night. It's really late, and sleep is all we have around here, really. I'm starving, but we don't get to eat much, so if we could go back to bed, that'd be really helpful, thanks.
Cool. And
No, I think I'm good.
I think I'm also good.
just one tiny question. For either of you. What instruments did Jericho play?
I believe it was. Oh shit! Let me check. Actually, it is quite important. It's either it's some kind of string instrument. It's like a banjo or a lute. I will check because it is
plucking
important.
one, not a.
It's a banjo, apparently.
Bow and string.
Thank you, Tigray. You're quicker than my reading skills. Yeah, Tigray in Twitch chat has informed me. It's a banjo. I just have a mental image of a string instrument of some kind, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, he played the banjo like no other.
I thought he might. Is there a place with books? A library or a schoolhouse?
Yeah, we've got a schoolhouse. Kids in this town needed someplace to get out of everyone's hair.
Something with town history, maybe.
Well, we have. Oh, actually, sorry. The library's small. It's actually mostly town history. It's deeds and property ownership and land ownership and absolute headache for most people, but yeah, some people are pretty obsessed with keeping all the town records.
Thank you.
That's assuming it hasn't been set on fire or ransacked at this point. I'll be honest, I haven't exactly gone to check on the library.
Where is it located?
It's one of the buildings on the map.
Oh, brilliant!
I wish I'd have thought of that. Let's head exactly to there.
Wow.
We made it.
These buildings are all labeled, but it's so superfluous. Like, it's so unnecessary. Get the exact right building.
Okay. I think before we'll try to we'll go up. I think Hagen's still upstairs, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I guess we could all go check on Totek real quick. Just make sure Hagen knows we're about to head if he wants to stay. But Totek is stable enough. We should all go.
We could take him with us. I can put him in my bindle again.
Well, he might need to rest somewhere comfortable. I mean, as much as I could see the vision, be definitely a lot safer from anything thus, but I fear that he will recover slower if we don't give him space, you know?
Gregory will be here till dawn, so we can ask him to stay. We don't want Totek to be alone.
Absolutely. Gregory, you're with us for now, but go check on Tote.
Why am I so tempted to do like a Pokemon voice for Gregory?
Oh,
You don't say bark? What the heck? Speak. Hi.
Alright, you can leave Gregory here and go out if you want. I found the library, by the way. It's this one.
Oh, nice. Thought that was the schoolhouse, but
So did I, but apparently it's not.
all right, perfect. Good, it's far away from the flames.
Move yourself there if you want.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this library is not like libraries from cities or towns back home as much as it's literally just stacks and stacks of mostly sales records, shipping records, land deeds, ownerships, tradings. There are actually very few like books. There is a scarecrow where the librarian would normally sit behind a counter as you walk in. It's the kind of scarecrow you saw at the top of the inn. So not
The straw stuffed effigy kind of deal, not a pumpkin head. Okay.
They are currently in a position where they're holding very much dried ink and quill and a piece of paper in front of them. Yeah.
Well, guess this librarian won't be making much noise for us. Peace and quiet to look through these books.
We can read
do we
over
look-
his shoulder too. And I'm gonna look over the shoulder and see what's being written on the paper.
It is a petition that is being signed off by the mayor to make Jericho the town mascot, like put him in a position of some power, essentially. Not make him a citizen, but also give him a position of power. And it's got loads and loads of signatures that are just scrawls on the page, basically, and then it's been signed off by the mayor.
I'll also make my way over to where the rest of the group is. After just double checking on Totek.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Totek's not changed.
Nope.
Same as it. Same old, same old.
Not unless Drake comes back. Yeah.
All right. For the lore, it's for the lore.
Can I look at the signatures? I would like to specifically look for Jonah, Martha, or William's signatures.
I'm going to say none of these people can write good enough that any of their signatures would ever be recognizable unless you had something to compare it to.
Who? Okay.
But that might just be coming from the dyslexic TM who can't do her signatures properly. But
Fair.
in my
Lisa
world,
and
everyone's dyslexic.
In this world, everyone is named Lisa.
Just see
And
Lisa sign
spelled
it.
with a PH.
Everyone is spelt differently, but they're all just called Lisa. One's just LEEZA.
It's Lisa with a Z, so ZISEA.
Yes.
There's
Zisa.
then there's LEEZSA.
In the world of dyslexics, the literate man is king.
What else are we looking for in here? I mean,
History. How far back do the records go? Was Jericho always here?
Ooh.
Is there documentation about? I know you're looking something else up, but is there documentation about the transactions between William and Jeremiah, specifically not Jeremiah, jeez,
Jonah.
Jonah. Yeah, sorry, look at the
Um,
wrong J name.
I have a giant Jonah written on my notes right now. Messing up.
Jonah.
Jonah.
G-U-N-U-H.
How many syllables is that?
5.
No, roll an investigation to see if you can find anything about specifically between those two. In terms of Jericho, I am still looking up. Sorry.
Ooh.
No, I mean he's described as a drifter, so he definitely wasn't like super long, like in the ancient records. He definitely showed up at some point in the current people's lifetimes, if that helps. What'd you get for investigation?
A dirty 20.
Nice. In that case, yeah, you find. 1 second. Sorry, I need to read something.
So the weather, is it always raining around here, y'all? I mean, it's been crazy rainy lately. You'd think that the fire would have gone out from it, but
Good thing.
It makes my feet soggy.
All right, you find out that Jonah mostly sold to livestock to two people. Both the butchers in Foxwillow and the butchers in Wickamore village. The money paid by Wickamore village was more than the money paid by Jonah. And you find a stamp, like an ink stamp, on one of the pages that says evidence. And the page is just a recent sale from William to Jonah. There's nothing particularly special about it. It's pretty much the same cost per animal as all the rest. Yeah.
and you said that Jonah was paying less than the transaction to
Yeah,
Foxwillow?
less per animal and a lot less transactions. So yeah, less per animal, but also less in total, even if he was paying the same per animal.
Okay. The document that I found with the stamp on it, the evidence stamp, was that in a separate pile, or was that just with all of the records for between the two of them, or between Jonah and?
That was on top of the pile of records.
Okay.
It would have been like a category of Williams receipts, basically, and it would have been the one on top that had that stamp.
Okay. If I can, I'd like to search through.
You also find out Williams' last name is Lodge, because I'm pretty sure you didn't know that before now.
Oh.
Not that that's relevant to anything at all, but please write it down and obsess over it as if it matters.
Important later.
16 sessions later, this villain's like, and what was William's last name? And you're like, where was it? Where's my notes?
I thought it was
I would kill it,
William
can't
Lodge, but it was me, Dio.
Okay. I was gonna see if I could find more documents with stamped evidence on it. I don't know.
The only. Oof. I'll still take you 20
I guess actually,
from earlier, but you do find the stamp in a couple of places, but they seem unrelated to each other. One is like a very old land purchasing agreement, and another one is a trade of a horse-drawn wagon and some metal bars.
Do they have like a? Because they have a town hall.
They do, yeah. It's the place that got acidified.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that they have records. Do I happen to see any of their records of like of judiciary consultation in any way
There's
within the
mostly
library?
the like signing in of the chairs of the town, the mayors and the officials in important positions. Um,
Okay, so that would be something that might be potentially locked up in the hall, not
no,
here
no.
open to the
You
library.
do find that stuff here. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you find documents that are essentially saying that Wickamore has rights to overthrow Foxwillow's leadership if Wickamore deems it appropriate. Basically, that Wickamore's mayor has more jurisdiction here than Foxwillow's mayor. Most of the trading documents you rifle through are selling stuff to Wickamore in general. As a much bigger nearby town, it kind of makes sense that this is sort of the bread provider for Wickamore.
Right.
And therefore, that's why you assume that jurisdiction is given to the larger, more important.
Thing in
Itself
that
is
document.
called the region itself is called Wickamore after the village. So
I see. Okay.
yeah, like you're in the region of Wickham Hollow, and then the town is called Wickamore Village. So yeah,
Okay.
Foxwillow exists in Wickamore Hollow.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. That actually makes a lot. Okay. What else was I thinking? Within that documentation,
Yes.
is there anything about like a hearing between Jonah and William? Like one of them took it to the mayor and like wanted some sort of action done and held a sort of court case deal?
There isn't any dispute documents anywhere that you can find.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yep.
Yeah, there isn't any dispute documents of any kind that you've found in the library. They might be held elsewhere, or they might just not have them.
Okay. Okay. I think that's four in there.
Are there any books with fables or like a history of the founding of like the first couple of years of Foxwillow? La, da, da. Any fables or history that I could find? Specifically, I'm looking for any mention of realm.
There would definitely be no mention of realm.
Okay.
The further back the documents go, the more fanciful they are, and some tell of stories of great. Oh, what would you call it? Caravans? No, circuses like traveling through the area. But Foxwillow itself was basically, I mean, it almost doesn't exist anyway. It's basically just the center point of a bunch of farms. So it's barely a real village or town. So it definitely doesn't have like a founding as such. But there are folk stories of things that have passed through the area, and they range from circuses to the Great Green Queen Parade, to what would it be? Oh, they would have had like some kind of great celebration when the Druskenwalds sort of moved in or had a birthday or had an anniversary. There'd be like celebration events that would be documented, I guess. Not documented as such as fancifully written about.
Kind of like a gossip column.
Yeah. Oh, like old newspaper headlines, mostly.
Is there a pattern by any chance of entertainment coming to town and things being really good? and then the entertainment leaving and things being bad?
That's a really cool question, and I wish that was the case, but no.
Boo. All right. Well,
Almost
I
on
tried.
to something.
That's a
Thank you.
really cool curse to put on a town, though. Holy shit! I definitely want to do that at some point in the future. D&D,
Write that down. Write that down.
where it's like a town is cursed that so whenever merriment leaves, the town goes through a period of hardship or something. Yeah, that's cool. But no, that's not relevant here.
Just like be happy or die.
Oh, the circus left. I guess we're starving this time again.
Or I guess that in some folklores it would be like that the circus makes everyone so frivolous and carefree that returning to the normality afterwards makes everyone a bit depressed. If you want to like bring real world folk tales into it, it would be something like that.
But it's just super amplified because magic and shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything. Did you?
I mean, that's some evidence. Let me make sure that I wrote my notes down right. So I'm just going to say out loud what I have, just so we can make sure that it's right. William was selling livestock to Jonah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
Wait, are you asking this
So
in character or
I'm
are you like consolidating this?
I'm
Sorry,
doing
I
like a
couldn't tell.
half and half.
Okay.
I'm reading through my notes and I'm gonna say it as Felix, but I'm kind of gonna ask it as a question just to make sure that I actually have all my notes straight and correct.
I'll correct you if you say anything very obviously
Okay,
wrong that you would
cool.
know.
Cool, because I have arrows that might not make sense. All right, so William was selling livestock to not just Jonah, but to Wickermore. And I guess Foxwillow as a whole as well. Kind of what I was getting from that. But anyway, Jonah ended up somehow paying for it less for it, even though it was the same number of livestock, same amount. So yeah, I guess that's what the whole dispute was, and the whole embezzlement stuff was going on. Is that right? That sounds right.
Kind of, but I'll just point out
Did
that
I
that's
probably-
kind of no. It's kind of doesn't make any sense that he would claim he was there was embezzlement because he is getting the good deal essentially from the documents. So it kind of makes no sense that he would claim he was being scammed when, if anything, he's getting a better deal.
He's the scammer.
But yeah, the person who claimed that, Jonah claimed that William was scamming him, basically, or not scamming, ripping him off. But that doesn't really tie in with what the documents are saying. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just want to double check. That's also probably why I was slightly confused when I was writing this stuff down, because like this is what I think I'm hearing, but it's not. It's not braining. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, it intentionally doesn't actually add up right now.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Just me being not great at here. No, I'm just kidding. But okay, good to know. Good to know I'm on the right track. The only other thing that I found was that Wickermore kind of sort of owns the place. I mean, it is. Well, I guess Wickermore Village was named after Wickermore, the area, or vice versa, however you want to. Chicken or the egg came first, whatever happened. But that means that Foxwillow is underneath the town of Wickermore. So I guess that would also make sense as to why we had a runner come over to Wickermore, because it's kind of who they seek guidance from in a way. I don't think that Wickermore has anything to do with what's going on here, but it's good to know, I guess. Yeah, that's about all I found.
Some more. There's some more information in the town hall.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
Maybe. Perhaps.
What if Martha? What if Martha was with Jonah? And then, when Adelaide went missing, after Jonah was saying that it was all Adelaide's fault, maybe she broke up with Jonah and then started seeing William. And that's part of the trouble between those two. Jealousy. Maybe.
I see what you're picking up. Wait, no. I see what you're putting down. I'm picking it up. I'm the picker-upper here. And you're putting it down. And I'm seeing it.
All speculation in the dark, but
That reminded me so much of the Rick and Morty line where it's like take all of your shit, just gather all of your shit up and put it in a pile.
Put it in a bag.
Yeah.
So it's together.
Take all of what you're putting down, and I'm gonna pick it up. I'm the picker up here.
Look, Felix is not the smart one here. By any means.
and if I'm wrong, it's a good story.
You're right. You're right. Might be able to write
The
that
thing
down.
romances are built on.
Still a better love story than Twilight. Oh, that shows my age. That's such an old meme. Holy shit.
Gosh.
You're awfully
Oh.
quiet, Hagen. You okay? Are you hurt?
Yeah.
Like Totek? Look at me in the eyes. And I'm gonna try to grab his face and pull it down so that he's just staring into my little button eyes. Or rather my big button eyes. Are you in there?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. There's been a lot to think about recently. a lot to process. It's got me a bit distracted, I suppose.
Get you down. Look, look. And I'm going to shake my bells. And I've got something in my pocket. It belongs across my face. I keep it very close at hand in the most convenient place. You'd never ever guess it if I guess a long, long while. So I'll take it out and put it on. It's a great big Hagen smile. And I'm going to pull this oversized grin that's been made of felt and just slap it on my own face and do jazz hands.
Like a Mr. Potato Head smile.
Yes. Yes.
You definitely get heroic inspiration for that song.
Yay.
That was amazing. Oh, also, Hagen, did you mark yours from the rant the other day?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
Oh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Oh.
Will you feel better? Oh, wait. And I'm going to take the mouth off of my own mouth. Do you feel better?
Honestly, I actually do. Thank you, Ven.
I will look after you, and you will look after me, and we will look after Felix, and Felix will look after us, and all of us will look after Totek. And Totek will look after us.
Right.
He'll look after us.
Yeah.
Right.
My face when the entire party has healing. I'll heal you. You heal John, heal Barry. Barry heals all of us.
You get a heal. You get a heal. Everybody gets a heal.
All right. Why don't we say we go to the town hall and we see what else we can find?
You find yourselves at the town hall.
The slightly charred, slightly
It's
burnt,
slightly burnt and slightly, yeah, acid
melted.
corroded, and yeah. Seen better days, Town Hall, for sure. Yeah, inside is clearly like the main gathering place. The inn, unlike Wickmore's Inn that you're staying at, it doesn't really have enough seats for an actual town meeting or anything, whereas this is clearly the building they use for that. It's got a billboard outside with burnt to crisp papers that are all now unreadable. The building itself is fairly empty. You find, in fact, you find some of William's stuff because he was staying here before he's now moved into the inn. That's pretty much it, unless you're looking for something specific.
Did the have an office in here, or did he like have living quarters at the back or something?
Yeah, sorry. So William was staying in the mayor's
Okay.
in the mayor's room, basically. Yeah.
I would like to top to bottom search, looking for any journals or letters or papers of any kind.
Sure, you find several stuff that's very unrelevant, so I won't go into it, about farming, and you find a note from William saying, it's a letter directly addressed to the mayor saying, the town is considering making Jericho an official citizen and giving him power in the fields. What's the official process for doing this? You find a cabinet of disputes that have happened in the town. There's various ones that are old, like, this wagon that was sold to me as a square wheel. How the fuck am I supposed to use it? That sort of thing. But the one that's relevant to you guys is Jonah has written to the mayor, or written an official letter of complaint, not really to the mayor, but like to the office, complaining that all of the sheep that William is selling him are malnourished and unfit for butchery, or unfit for making decent meat out of. And basically saying, could the mayor look into whether William's livestock are all unfit, or if he's just only giving the bad ones to Jonah. That's pretty much the only relevant thing you find inside this entire building, no matter how long you look for, because there's really not much here. It's just a big meeting place, basically.
I'll show the letter and the dispute about the malnourished sheep.
The stuff about Jericho. You said there's letters about officiating him as a official.
It's literally a question to the mayor of what's the process of making someone an official? I don't want to say mascot, that's really underselling it. Figurehead is a better term. Making someone an official figurehead of the town.
Right.
It's a question asking how do we do that, basically. That's all.
Okay.
There's no answer written or anything.
I'm wondering if maybe Jericho had a problem with staying here too long. He was a wanderer, right?
And what it looks like, yes.
What if he had a contract already that said he had to travel? What is your song about besides the fact that he played happy music for the bird? Is there anything else that it said?
Would have to look again, but What I do know about being an entertainer is that we never get to stay. We always move.
I don't know. There's a lot going on in the head. A lot to piece together. You know.
So many questions, but no answers yet.
Didn't
What do we do now?
didn't Jonah or William? I keep mixing those two up. One of them told us there was a basement in the mill. The windmill.
Oh yeah. I think that was William. William was trying to. No, it was Jonah. Might have been with. You're right. One of them did tell us that there's a basement in the windmill.
Could have been Martha, for all I know. I was confused.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I do all their voices the same?
No, I just
No, I
literally
just
cannot remember. No,
I'm like, I in my head, it's like we had conversation 1, we had conversation 2, and we've had conversation 3. Which conversation did it come from? One of them. Yeah, let's go check out that basement. Sounds like somebody might be concerned about something in there. I think it was William that mentioned.
It does seem strange that Jonah. Well, Martha was passed up by a pumpkin head, and Jonah was the one chased.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, time like the present. Nighttime is the time
Yeah.
for sleuthing, after all.
There's only so much time
It's
you
the
can
sleuthing
spend. Only so much time you can spend. Might as well make the most of it.
Agreed.
Alright, so are we heading to the windmill next?
Yes, right?
Yes.
Ground floor and above, not much remains after this blaze. There is very little left. What was still intact has kind of been broken apart by the wind and the rain and fallen off. I know the image shows that the blades are still attached, but there's no fucking way the windmill blades are still attached at this point. This is very much a big block of charcoal, basically, at this point. The ash on the ground making the wooden floor of the windmill look like a almost black pit. There's no obvious way in. If there is indeed a basement, as I think it was. I don't know who said it. I think it was Martha. Whoever it was.
I thought it was William, but
honestly, I'm with you guys. It could have been any of the three. Yeah, as you are sort of kicking around in the ash, can you all roll perception checks, please? I swear dice are involved in this game sometimes.
once in a while.
I would like to, if I could, cast guidance on myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although, well, yeah, no. If you're actively searching for something, then do an investigation roll instead of a perception. But yeah, you can do the guidance. I'd say only Ven gets the. Ven, do an investigation with guidance. Everyone else do a perception because of what you're looking for.
Perception. 17.
13.
Sure. Then you kick away some of the ash and find a a metal hook in the floor at a certain point that probably is the handle of a trapdoor. Felix and Hagen, you more focused on the sounds of the area, and you can hear scritches and scratches coming from below that are sort of echoed through this confined wooden ceilinged space. They're sort of echoey scritches. And not too dissimilar to the Boogle Swarm sounds you would.
Not again.
That's not to say these are Boogle Swarms. I'm just saying the sounds are very similar.
All right, Hagen, get ready. We're fighting.
Here we go again.
Found a metal hook. I'm gonna try with all of my strength to lift the door
Okay.
with a hatch.
1 second. As you do so, the hatch flings open far harder than you pulled it, and from out of the basement springs a very small but very disgusting looking undead, stitched together, white-eyed crow that is going to try and attack you. So please roll initiative. Then because you opened the trapdoor, you're going to have surprise for the first round. That's
Okay.
cool. I'm going to put
That's a 9.
Did better than Felix.
I'm going to put a picture in Discord of what this looks like, because it's very cool looking.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
buddy.
Yep, that's a seagull.
Oh my.
1 second. I'm uncharacteristically ill-prepared for this fight. Should be able to actually get the actual token and stat block, in theory.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's so small. It's so small.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh. It's just a little baby.
so
Let's
start
go.
sticking your eye out.
Monstrous undead crow thing. Yeah, give me. Where am I? Yeah, okay. Okay, roll initiative. Yeah, you've done that. I haven't, though. Add to encounter. And then I add. Something went wrong! That's not a page I want to see. Yay. Okay, has it done your initiative correctly?
I think we should blame the crow for the technical difficulties.
It's just a baby, though.
What are your initiatives that you got? 14 for Van.
Felix
7.
got 7.
Hagen?
9.
9. Okie dokie. In that case, Ven's first, technically. But I think you get to do anything because you're surprised.
I'm terribly surprised. I'm gonna put my hands over my.
Didn't they change surprise in 2024?
Oh, did they?
Let's look it up. Be good to know for future. The new 2024 surprise rules. They definitely did change it. If you're surprised, you can't move or take an action on the first turn of combat, and you can't take a reaction until that turn ends. Oh. That's the same as it was before, isn't it?
Was it? It used to be you
Oh
just
no,
had
that's
disadvantage.
I literally just read how surprise worked in the old rules. Fuck's sake. Okay.
Oh.
How surprise works in the new rules. A surprised creature has disadvantage on their initiative roll. That's how it works. Yeah. That's all. That's the only downside you get is you get a disadvantage on your initiative roll.
Okay, so I'll just reroll my initiative and take the lower of the two.
Yeah.
So 11 instead of 14.
Does that change anything?
I don't think it does.
I
I don't think it does.
Okay, well, yeah, you get your turn as normal then. Wow, surprise is so much worse than it used to be. I did remember they had changed it because, yeah, it's It's quite a big change.
Yeah, it used to be like detrimental as
I will say this thing hasn't necessarily attacked you, but it has burst out.
it's spooky.
And it's acting aggressively.
And it okay, so it's undead, yes?
It certainly looks it visually.
Alright, then I'm going to captivate undead. I'll cast captivate undead. So the crow needs to make a charisma save.
Absolutely. Ooh, that's a penalty. We got a 3.
Ooh. Alright.
That's
so...
-3 to charisma saves.
So the target has the charmed condition, ignoring immunity to the condition. Oh wait, ignoring any immunity. So if he's immune, then he's not charmed. But if he is charmed, then he will be friendly toward us.
What would you like to call him?
Edgar.
First, I'll be like, as I feel the magic take hold, I'll say, he's going to be our friend for just about an hour. I think. Can you say your own name? If you can't, I think I will name you Cookie.
So he's gone from like spreading his wings, trying to make himself large, sort of making pecking actions, squawking, into like he's perched and tilting his head, looking at Ven.
I will tilt my head, also kind of mirroring.
It definitely can't talk, so and it doesn't understand a word you just said. So yeah, it's just gonna stare at you blankly. It is unblinking, I will say, because it definitely doesn't have eyelids anymore. But
that's okay, I don't either.
Yeah, this thing's just staring at you, sort of tilting its head a bit. You can take us out of combat if you want.
Oh well. Sorry, guys.
Dang it! I wanted to fight a bird.
Do you have a good name for it?
Cookie.
Cookie, awesome. Cookie is now your friend for an hour. This puff of ash that sort of bellowed up as you opened the trapdoor is now settling, and the dark space below is completely lit, and it also seems to be filled with ash, but the ladder down is still intact.
Unlike the present, I grab my lamp out of my bindle and I'll hold it up to Hagen. Would you light it?
Would I write it?
Light it. Fire.
Oh, I can do that. Sure, I'll cast Produce Flame.
Yeah, isn't like dim light in 30 foot or something like that?
Let me check the specifics of the spell. Produce Flame.
Also, I appreciate whoever's defiring the windmill. That's helpful, thank you.
Oh, there's 100%.
Bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, yeah.
If you light the lantern that I've got, the bullseye lantern, it casts bright light in a 60-foot cone and dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Yeah, I'll light it.
Okay, I'll hand it to Hagen since he's got people eyes.
Thank you.
I'll go down
Yeah,
into
you're
the
going
dark.
in first.
Yeah.
Down here, the first thing that very much strikes you is a ash-covered body lying in the center of the room. From where you are, you can't tell who it is. It roughly resembles the shape of An adult male. But yeah, there is a body down here. Covered in ash.
Shout up. Everything seems quiet down here. And then I'll go to the body and wipe the ash from its face and see if I can figure out who it is.
Yeah, give me a sec. Where is everyone? Is it just you down there then?
If they follow, then no.
I mean, Felix would have been close behind, but taking up the rear. So behind Hagen, unless Hagen was not going in.
You then can hear, as you get close to this corpse, you can hear a song being sung from inside the body. This is before you go within touching range. It's very faint and quiet, but it's quite beautifully sung. The lyrics, as you listen for a little bit, are that of Virgil's Birdcage. The song about a nasty crow living in the chest of a kindly man.
Come along a little bit as I get close.
Getting even closer, you can see he's carrying a piece of parchment, waxed parchment. And the song gets slightly louder. Cookie behind you starts very quietly squawking.
I'll get even closer.
Okay, you're within touching distance. And the song is beautiful. You've only seen it written down before, but hearing it sung is...
Looking at the body from like a bit of a distance, is it likely that whoever this was probably died in the fire, or to the fire?
It's hard to tell because of the ash, but give a medicine check just in case you can discern some shit.
Do 11?
Yeah, without examining the body, it's entirely possible they died from the fire, or from smoke inhalation, or from one of the many things that can kill you in such an environment.
Hagen just stares at the body, just like wide-eyed. And
There's no missing limbs or decapitation or anything obvious.
he just stares at the body, and his breathing becomes more shallow.
I kneel by the body and take the paper from the hand.
Yeah, it's a note that says, look. Oh, I'm trying to do like 10 things at once, so it was a bad idea. It says, Isaac, come meet me in the windmill cellar, where I used to hide when we played as kids, remember? I've learned something amazing. As you take this note, the singing stops. And you hear a cacophony of caw, 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 coming from inside the body. And the chest rips open, blasting aside all the ash that was on the body. And from out of the chest shoot uncountable amounts of unbelievably small crow-like, almost fairy-sized crows, that all fly around in a big, almost storm of black and flapping and clashing and cawing before these crows mutate together into a creature that still has these fairy-sized black crow-like things flying around it, but it is now clearly a creature. And with that, can you all roll initiative? For real this time.
Real this time. Oh.
Also, I'm going to give Ven the stat block for Cookie.
I got a 9 again.
You've done way better than Felix.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh, how am I going to do this? Sorry, I need to add. Add a crow storm. Add a. I can't find a way to get you the stat block easily.
What's the name of it?
I don't know if you'll be able to look it up easily because it's only in this book, but it's a Ravencraft is what it's called.
Oh yes, I've got it.
Yeah, Ravencraft.
Yep, I can see it.
Okey-dokey.
Oh wow,
Uh,
nice hit points.
Hagen, what was your initiative?
Same as last time, 9.
Okay. In that case, we shall start combat.
Okay.
This is about a 20-foot by 20-foot square space. The crow storm itself is taking up pretty much all of that. Oh, Bard, come on. We're not doing mastiffs today. So you're kind of fighting inside this swarm of crows, essentially. But they're not really crows, but yeah. Doesn't affect you right now, but it might apply some status effects when they have their turn.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to use a 10-foot radius sphere centered on the core of a demon, and I'm going to cast Shatter. So hopefully I can catch some of the crow storm crows in there as well.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a con save. Sake Corvo Demon. The crow storm takes half, and the demon takes full.
Okay.
So 12 thunder damage. So that's my action. Bonus action. I'm going to do a very low whistle. And actually I'm going to it's a very low warbling whistle. And I'm going to call forth Hanty Haint, a sad sack, who's a bluish kind of sad looking fella. And he just kind of stands next to Hagen. And he's like, "Hey guy, I guess I can help you out." And I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Hagen.
Alright, wonderful.
Yes.
And that is... Oh, my handy hates. That's, I think, a 15-foot emanation from Hagen.
Can you roll... Oh, you rolled damage for Shatter. I'm going to say shattering inside a already half-collapsed basement was a bad idea. And
Point.
the ceiling's going to come in. Can everyone that is downstairs give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah.
That's a 22.
Try to beat a 15.
All right.
You
18.
know what? I'm going to use my heroic inspiration to reroll that hideous dex save. Oh, that's even worse.
Okay. Yeah, as these like ash-covered planks come pummeling down on top of you, you're gonna take. Everyone that failed is gonna take. Does that roll? Yeah, 9 bludgeoning damage. I think it was just Ven that failed, right?
Yeah.
Everyone else manages to dodge as it's not the whole ceiling, it's just like certain of the loose, partly burnt planks above come crashing down. I will say that means the ceiling / floor, like the ceiling of the basement, the floor of the ground level, is now very much like pass throughable. There are massive holes in it, basically.
Ooh.
It's not just the trapdoor anymore. Yeah.
So, what damage did we take? Did I take damage?
Yeah,
Ravencraft also.
You both take 9 damage.
Oh, okay. 9.
And bludgeoning.
Okay.
If you want to do something with the cookie, just tell me and I can click a button and it rolls it for you with the modifiers and stuff, rather than you having to roll.
Okay.
If that's the way you want to do it, it's just because otherwise you have to roll like custom d20 and then we have to find the modifier anyway and then add it anyway. So
Sure.
it might just be easier for me to click the buttons if you tell me what you want to do.
Could I, with Cookie, I would like Cookie to swoop down and I'll say, "Help, Felix, Cookie!" And I want Cookie to help action with Felix, so I want Cookie to like dive bomb the Corvo demon.
Yeah, so it's just gonna pack it at it with its beak. Yeah.
Yeah, just
or is it
acting
as a distraction?
Yeah, so that Felix can hopefully attack with advantage.
It can be a distraction as a help action. Yeah, sure.
Nice. Okay, that's my turn.
Yeah, sorry. It's the Crystons go. The swarm is going to make a cacophony of core noises, and I need you all to do a wisdom saving throw, please, as these demonic caws try and get inside your head. I'm gonna beat 13.
Oh, balls. I did my con save for Cookie, so never mind. Cookie is free.
Oh, I am that exactly, actually. 13.
Cookie is immune to this effect, anyway. Being undead crow himself.
I mean, but Cookie is free of my control. Because my I didn't...
It's a concentration. Yeah. I see.
I forgot about that, and then I remembered.
So, okay, roll an animal handling check. Please.
Oh my god, my rolling is horrible.
Oh no, Van.
Oh no. And I failed that last thing.
But for now, Cookie's gonna fly off, and in that case, Cookie is no longer part of this.
Oh, bye, Cookie.
They want no part of the battle between adventurers and demons. Yeah, so how did everyone's wisdom saves go? We had Ven say it failed. Felix passed. How did what'd you get, Hagen?
People were asking me or Felix.
You, Hagen. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
What did I get? What did I?
For your wisdom save.
Yeah. Oh, 13.
Oh well, beats it. So it's just Ven that failed.
Hey.
Again. Unfortunately,
you do still take half damage if you succeeded. So it's this much slightly. It's 12 psychic damage to Van, 6 to the other two.
Okay.
Oh.
But more importantly, Van gets frightened.
Luckily, I'm resistant to psychic damage, so at least...
okay, so you all take 6.
Yeah.
You have the frightened condition until the start of the swarm's next turn, which means you, while in sight of the swarm, you have disadvantage on attack rolls, and you cannot actively move closer to the swarm. Okay. I'm very clued up on what the frightened condition is because I applied it in every round of combat in my last one shot. That was very funny.
Yeah, I was also there for that one shot.
I literally was playing a character that was just like, "No, you're frightened again. No, you're frightened again. No, you're frightened again." It was really brutal.
Scared the dragon away like every other round.
So that's the one status effect I fully understand. I think that's its go though. Hagen.
Let's see. Bonus action. Some. Oh, wait, that's an. Okay. Action. summon Wildfire Spirit right next to the Swarm and the Corvo Daemon, however you pronounce that.
Yeah.
Needs to make a Dex save.
I don't have the token in it. Oh yeah, no, I must do somewhere. Hang on. Oh no, why did I delete the token for... That's annoying. I can't remember what token I used for Fenrir. It was some kind of fire something.
So, some fire dog.
Oh, I think it was just a giant fire beetle because it looks really... No, because that's huge.
No, there
No,
was
that was it.
dog.
I think I did send you like art of like.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't use custom art for tokens.
I don't know how Neon works.
It's only Owlbear that lets you do that, unless I literally create a character sheet called Fenrir, assign it that pitch, and have it like as a playable character. Unless I go through all of that, I can't add custom.
Okay,
I have a token browser that gives me access to every monster from any book I own, and it also has any like companion that you guys can summon. So, for example, which annoyingly doesn't include Fenrir for some reason, but because Ven has the bag of tricks, I have the option to create any of the summoned things from the bag of tricks very easily. Like, I can just do, here's a lion, which is cool. But for some reason, Fenrir doesn't show up in that section, even though he definitely should. Anyway, we'll use the giant fire beetle again, because it's quite funny to me. And I need to do dexterity saving throws, did you say?
Yes, Dex save.
Yeah, right.
One moment, real quick. So,
I'm guessing the Corvo Demon failed and the Crowstorm passed.
anyway, back. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Both again, Dex save.
It's in the game log, but Corvo Demon got 12, Crowstorm got 22.
Alright, the Corvo fails, but the Crowstorm succeeds.
Yep.
So the Corvo will take 7 fire damage.
Okay.
And bonus action, Fenrir will cast Flame Seed on the Crowstorm, which will 21.
Is that to hit? That definitely.
Yeah, that's the hit. Yeah. That's 4 fire damage.
Okie dokie.
And that'll be my turn.
You notice that while technically doing damage, these creatures are somewhat resistant to fire attacks.
Not again.
Hey, the last things you had a fight against were vulnerable to fire attacks, okay?
Okay, fair.
you know, you
gotta alternate, you know?
Yeah. Does Fenrir not now get a go? Or no, because your bonus action is summoning him, so you can't control him. Is that correct?
Apparently my action was summoning him. Bonus action was making him do his attack.
Oh, sorry. Right, I understand. Sure. In that case, unless you want to move anywhere. Whereabouts are you standing at the moment? Are you on the ground floor above, shooting down?
I was right by the ladder, like in the basement, right when we started.
Are you down actually in the basement? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're yeah. Oh yeah, because you rolled the dex save. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Corvo's turn. Caw. Tuki, caw. It is going to... What? It's going to go into a frenzy.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh.
It's going to make a beak attack and a claw attack, probably against Ben, because you're closest. Or you're the one that woke it, anyway. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
That will hit.
Oh.
That's... Yeah, 5 piercing and 5 psychic damage, which you're resistant to, so only 3 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then it's also going to claw at you. Oh my. At least it wasn't a 20.
Yay!
This will do
At least it
6.
wasn't a 20.
This will do 6 damage and knock you prone.
Okay. That was
Uh,
a claw attack.
Yeah, the second one
Okay.
was a claw attack. Yeah. Also, it gains temporary hit points equal to the damage it does. That's what Freeding Frenzy does, which is fucking brutal. But it then hit both attacks. So that will be 16, but 10 health. Okay, that's its go though. Felix,
Okay.
try not to die again. Try
What
not
Felix
to
is
fuck it
good
up,
at.
007.
You stay alive.
Well, unfortunately, Felix is not very good at that. He's going to jump down from the ground floor
Yeah.
into the basement, attempting
Oh.
to wedge himself.
Did I damage you with the planks falling while you were not in the basement? Because if so, my bad.
No,
no, that was just
you
that.
asked us
That
to
was
save, and I made the save.
Okay.
I was
shouldn't- you
assuming that Felix was up on the upper floor, and so he had to get out of the way.
Oh,
falling.
yeah, okay. Sure.
That's what I thought was happening.
That works.
But yeah, either way, didn't take damage. So yeah, Felix is gonna drop down, attempting to wedge himself between Ven and the Corvo daemon.
I mean, you can't like get Ven out of melee range, but yeah, you can be in melee
Yeah,
range.
just trying to body block a little bit, maybe, hopefully. And I'm going to use a bonus action to like, I guess as I'm kind of between Ven and the Corvo Daemon, I'm going to slam the sword down as an action onto it, and then kind of like lean back a bit and touch Ven to give her a lay on hands.
Nice.
That's the idea. So we're going to use, it's probably not too much, 15 points of lay on hands.
Thank you.
That is not too much.
And then as an action, I will just swing the sword. A
That'll
23
definitely
hit.
You better fucking hope
Yes.
so. It's not always got problems.
All right, cool. And then 9 points of slashing.
Nice, yeah. It does not seem resistant to that.
Oh, good. That will be Felix's turn.
Then you're up and prone.
I will get up
Stand up.
and
Get up for your rights.
I'm going to use I'm going to start whistling, and I'm going to grab out my monkey drum and shake it. Ticka, 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 ticka. And I'll just bob my head along with it to get some jingle bells going. And that whistle is going to become very discordant. And I would like the Corvo Demon to make me a wisdom save as I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Absolutely. It's better though. You got a 2.
Okay, Corvo Demon. 13 psychic damage.
Get whispered,
And I want
stupid son of
to-
a bitch. Yeah.
I want to like really look at the Corvo Demon and see if he shakes it off easy like I do, or if he takes the full brunt.
Yeah, I'm quite open to let you know if you damage something, whether it was resisted. It was not resisted.
Sweet. Then as my bonus action, I'm going to make another whistle, kind of like a woo woo, like come here kind of a thing. And I'm going to give Felix a bardic inspiration. And the handy hint I'm going to call in for this bad boy is the scamp. So your speed, Felix, will increase. Actually, anyone within the 15-foot emanation, so I don't know how big the basement is, but anyone within that 15 feet.
Oh, well, that'll
their
be all
speed-
of you. Yeah.
Okay. The speed increases, well, allies increases by 10 feet
That's
until the
nice.
end of the next turn. And there we go.
Okie dokie. This little spirit is gonna go. Oh, Corvo demons. I've had problems with them myself. All you need is some holy water, some burnt feathers. Easy as pie.
Thank you, you little scam.
That made it sound so aggressive. I don't know why.
Oh, scamp. Thanks.
And that'll be my turn.
Yeah. Okay, the curse storm goes. It's going to see if it can reach it, which it cannot. Curse storm is just going to peck at probably Fenrir. I take it a 20 hits Fenrir.
Yep.
Fenrir takes 7 piercing. Oh, sorry, I rolled. Yeah, I didn't mean to roll that both times. He takes 7 piercing. The second roll was a misclick.
Okay.
And I'm no longer frightened, right? It was only for a round.
Yep. Also, Fenrir has disadvantage on his next attack roll, as he is being swarmed by ethereal demonic crows and can barely see. That's the Curse Storm's go. Hagen, you're up.
Let me see what I got. Bells. Oh. I will use a second level spell slot and cast Wither and Bloom. The Corvo Demon and the Crow Storm need to make a con save.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the Curse Storm got 6, the Corvo Demon got 24.
Right, it'll take... Crow Storm will take 7 damage. The Corvo will take half of that. And
What type of
then
damage?
you
Sorry?
can... necrotic.
Okay.
And then you can expend one of your hit die to restore whatever you roll plus 4 HP.
Nice, thank you.
Neither of them are resistant to necrotic.
Nice.
Is that your go done, Hagen?
Oh, and and bonus action, Fenrir will MC the Corvo Demon. I almost forgot about my bonus action.
Yeah.
23 and 4 fire damage.
He's disadvantaged, remember, because he's blinded
Oh,
by the
disadvantaged, right. Oh, I'm assuming 10 doesn't hit then.
crows. Which one are you attacking?
Corvo
It doesn't
Demon?
matter. I'm joking. No. Yeah, it was...
Oh, dang.
Oh.
is that you?
Yeah, that'll be every...
That was necessary. Comedy was yay! Everyone's favorite horrible six-eyed crow beast. Okay, it recharges its feeding frenzy, so it's going to do that again, and then it's going to attack Felix. Does a 12 hit? Probably not.
No.
Does a 9 hit? Probably not.
No.
Piece of shit. Alright.
I'm not dead yet.
Oh, why would you jinx it like that? It's gonna get double crit on you next turn just because you said that.
Must be killing next turn.
Oh! Felix,
Slap back.
over to you.
Yeah.
You
What
don't know
can I
how many
use?
hundreds of health this thing has.
Oh, gosh. What can I use Bardic Inspiration on? I can use it on...
Secretly found the final boss of this campaign and rolled it before.
in the window basement.
I think it's any D20 test, but let me double check it quick.
Yeah.
Yep. When the creature fails a D20 test, you can re-roll the Bardic Inspiration die, or roll a Bardic Inspiration die and add the number to the roll.
Okay, perfect. Felix will swing his sword at the Corvo demon.
Yep.
Ooh.
That does
That does not hit. I would like to use a Bardic Inspiration.
go for it.
Yeah.
You said it's a D6?
Yeah, it's a D6 yet, still.
Okay. Oh, does an 18 hit?
Definitely.
Perfect. I'm going to
Yeah.
bonus action. Where are you? Divine Smite. As well as deal damage with the
I wish
sword.
D&D Beyond told me what damage types these were.
Yeah, so
I wish it said Divine Smite damage Radiant.
Radiant.
6.
Yeah, like
But it
little
doesn't. It just
parentheses.
misses that one word, and it's very annoying. 'cause I
Yeah,
have-
so 6 radiant damage and then 5 slashing.
Okay. Nice.
Kind of hoping the 2d8 would do a little bit more. Well, that's going to be Felix's turn.
Top of the round.
I'm going
Over to the
to
doll.
have a look. Everybody else looks pretty good, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and Starry Wisp at the Corvo demon.
Absolutely.
Oh, Mother Hubbard, you know
Your
what I'm
rolls
going to do?
today have
Mother
been
Hubbard.
I know, they're
painful.
so awful. I'm going to use my reaction to dismiss the scamp, and I'm going to re-roll that D20.
Ooh.
Come on, scamp. Okay, 18.
That'll definitely hit. Which one are you attacking? It'll hit you. but-
Corvo demon.
Sure.
3 radiant damage.
Okey-dokey.
Does the radiant damage seem to be very
No.
effective?
I know it's got demon in its name, but that doesn't mean it's weak to
That's
radiant.
why I was asking.
Doesn't Starry Wisp do something else?
Oh, let me double check it. It's kind of
I feel like I wanted to take it. on a crit.
it emits a dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
And the Corvo demon cannot benefit from invisible
Okay. Cool.
until the end of my next turn. Going to, because he's a helpful little fella, I'm going to whistle and call back the scamp, and again give that bardic inspiration to Felix.
Thank you.
I think the scamp's going to be like, "What? You just sent me away. Why am I back here again?"
We need the extra help. And that's
Make your mind up.
You're not the boss of me.
It's the crystals. Crystal's probably going to attack Fenrir again. Actually, it's going to see if it recharges this. It does not. 17 hit Fenrir.
Hits.
That's 7 piercing. Actually, is it? Bloodied. Not quite. Yeah, that's 7 piercing, and once again, Fenrir has disadvantage on his next attack. The crows are just absolutely flocking around Fenrir, pecking away and making it impossible for Fenrir to get any kind of sense of direction or grounding. Hagen!
Daylight come and may one go. Okay. I will expend a first level spell slot to cast Burning Hands, targeting both the Corvo and the Swarm.
You are going to hit
Dex.
Fenrir if you do this.
He's immune to fire damage.
That's what I thought.
Dex save.
Absolutely.
You both fail.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They are resistant to fire, so they might not instantly fucking die, but
That hits. Oh, that's another 6. And a 14, so half, that would be 7 fire
Yeah.
damage.
nice.
Ah, the building's burning down again.
A bonus action, Fenrir will use fiery teleportation to teleport towards where I am. And so both the Corvo Swarm and the demon, whatever they're called, have to make another deck save.
Okay.
Nice. Ooh, not as nice.
Okay, then the Crow Storm is going to take 2 fire damage.
Okie dokie. Is that the end of your go?
Yeah, that'll be the end of
Yeah.
my go.
Everyone that's downstairs, please roll a deck save, as 2 AoE fire attacks is definitely enough to cause some planks to fall.
Come on.
Trying to beat a 13.
A
13?
15 for me, and let's see, Fen.
So just Felix fails.
Just Felix.
Felix, you've got your name.
Fenrir got 14, I got 15.
Yep, those are both passes. You take nothing on a pass.
You know what? I will keep the Bardic Inspiration, but I will use my reaction for Moment of Remembrance to add a d4.
Okay.
I mean, I assume that.
Oh, that will
Okay,
automatically pass. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Fair point. Okay, as this sort of plank comes down, everyone manages. It's just like a single plank slams onto the ground, kicking up some more dust, but everyone manages to stand out of the way.
Just random metal pipe, just clang, clang.
Yeah. Or like it'd be like maybe like a wooden gear or something from above, just slams down. Yeah.
Steel axle falls from the top.
It's everyone's favorite Corvo demon.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
Does not get feeding
That's not so
frenzy,
bad.
but
Probably.
it is going to.
Good start.
I think it's going to attack Ven because it missed Felix twice last turn. Okay.
I'm trying to body block, Finn. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Ven takes 7. No, sorry. 9 piercing and 7 psychic, and then it's also going to claw at you. Does a 14 hit you, Ven?
That does not hit me. Woo!
Okay. Finally. Sorry, Stu.
My buttons.
Squawk. It's Felix. Let's go.
Okay. As the Corvo demon starts swiping at Ven, how does Ven look after that? Like, she missing a lot?
I'll be okay.
Okay.
I could take a couple more hits.
The only thing that's bloodied in this fight currently is the Crowstorm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, sorry, and the
Wow.
Corvo demon. They're both bloodied. Yeah.
Yay!
I was gonna say, what?
Like, how is this thing already, not... What
Close,
the heck?
though.
Okay. Does this require... No concentration. That's actually super cool. Felix will... bonus action... Divine Favor, which just... Yeah, until the spell ends, your attacks with weapons deal an additional d4 radiant,
Nice.
and it lasts for a minute. No concentration. It doesn't say concentration. I think it's pretty cool. And then we will use.
I think
our
it's pretty cool
action.
if I do say so myself.
I do say so myself. I take a really cool spell. No concentration required. I will then take my action to swing at the Corvo demon. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
Yay.
Does a 17 hit?
Ding ding ding. Yep.
All right, cool. We will.
God, how
Well,
obnoxious
damn
would
it.
that be if I had a soundboard and I just played those every time you hit on this?
This would be so chaotic if we had a soundboard to do this with.
It's also D4. All right, so 4 radiant and 3 slashing.
Nice.
That will be Felix's turn.
Venius Maximus.
Going to shake my monkey drum, and I'm going to whisper. I'm not going to whisper. I'm going to whistle. Oh my god! I'm going to whistle that discordant whistle, as I so often love to do. And at second level, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. So I need him to make me a wisdom save.
The demon, yeah.
Yes, sorry, the demon. Awesome. So he's going to take all of this. Oh, there's some rolls. 19
Ooh.
psychic damage.
Oh my. Holy.
Nice. Spicy. Okay.
It's a spicy damage roll.
And
One of the eyes on the corporate demon's head, like, just turns fully black and then starts melting and bleeding down its face.
Ew.
I'm going to shake my drum at him. Ha 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 ha. And then as I'm going to look quick. Nope, I can't do that. Never mind. I'm going to end my turn.
Okie dokie. The Crowstorm is not looking particularly healthy. There is a lot less of them than before. They are going to peck at Felix, I think. But actually, no, they have the ability to follow Fenrir, so they're going to fly up.
They really don't like Fenrir.
What did he have against this poor dog?
I don't know. I guess crows might be scared of dogs. I don't know.
The age-old conflict between crows and dogs.
Dogs.
As the war raged on, the canines got the upper hand. Alright, it's gonna attack him. I don't think that's gonna hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, that's all they do. Here it goes.
Okay. A bonus action healing word on Ven. They will restore. Wait, what happened to my. Oh, there's my D4.
Because we're
They-
party of healers. We just heal everything.
It's a battle of
You
attrition.
Get a heal. You get a heal. Oh my, that's 12 HP. I rolled the max.
Oh, nice.
And action. Let's see. Action Blood Bolt on the Corvo demon. Let me see if this hits first. Oh my god, that's a natural 20.
Yeah, let's go.
Sick.
Alright. So it's crit plus what
So,
a normal roll. Full
No,
damage,
so
right?
make sure you. Oh, you're not using D&D Beyond, so it's fine. Just roll normally, and then you add whatever the max the dice could have done. So
Okay, that's what I thought.
yeah.
That will be 8 necrotic, and I will get. Oh, I will get a total of 2 temporary hit points.
I'm sorry, is this on the Crowstorm or the Corvette?
The Corvo.
Okay, yeah.
Then that will be my turn.
It is looking barely alive at this point. One of its arms is like snapped back. It's like limping, and its mouth is like unable to shut because the beak is bent. It's looking on the verge of death. But it does get its go, and
Better
because
run, you little demon.
because it's a deathless evil entity, it's not going to run. It's going to fight you.
I'll keep sending you back.
Oh, okay. Gonna do. Yeah, both attacks and spin again. Then take 5 piercing and 7 psychic. And it's gonna miss with its claws. Once again.
I mean, the claws are probably very
Little
mangled.
bits of felt and stuffing just keep popping out of Ven as this Corvo demon.
I'm really glad I got max HP for that healing spell.
I'm also very glad that I'm resistant to psychic damage.
Felix, over to you.
Cool. Felix will, seeing how hurt the Corvo demon is, he won't be like giddy about it, but he'll get a burst of energy of the idea that it might finally just.
It is in a bit of
die.
a finish him kind of state.
Yeah. And he'll do a little
1 HP in a dream.
little flourish of the sword and make a defense check, maybe, if I can find it.
Oh, you doing a little dance.
Do a little dance.
Make a little love. Get down tonight.
Dance, let's see, performance of 15 or higher.
Nice.
That is definitely higher than 15.
Don't you get a bonus if you pass by more than 5 as well?
Yeah, if you succeed on a check by 5 or more, I get to roll a hit and get 10 hit points equal to that. Cool.
Nice. Probably won't need it, but yeah,
Probably
nice.
won't need it, but I think my hit dice are D8s, right? That's right. That sounds D8. Should be a D8. All right. I mean, I'll throw it on anyway, just in case. But for 10 hit points, so I do get advantage then.
You do.
On my sword attack.
The chances that you don't kill this thing this turn is actually quite incredibly low.
Yeah, it's a 15 hit.
That is its armor class, but yes, you hit.
Oh,
like
thank
to see-
goodness.
Oh, you do? Never mind. I was.
Yeah.
I thought you-
I was gonna say that sounds like you're about to jinx whatever roll he was about to do.
After all of that, miss.
It's so hard if you don't.
I was trying to jinx it, but it didn't work. No,
Okay.
now I just need you to roll 1 for damage and we're all good. Okay, no.
Okay, and then also the D4 from Divine Favor.
How
So,
do you
2
go
radiant
about killing it?
Ooh. Yeah, Felix anticipating that the lifespan of this Corvo demon, at least for now, is reaching its end. He's going to do a flourish of the blade, bring it up high, and swing it across body, and cleave it in half as the magical divine energy helps to split the beast.
Yeah, as this demon is letting out its death cry, you see black smoke leaving its mouth, and in a sort of joined together sneaking cloud, this black smoke flies up out of the demon's body and out of the windmill as the body is cleft in twain, in a pile on the floor.
Unfortunately, I don't know any management spells, so I guess we might have to fight it another day, but
You can roll a Arcana check or a nature to determine what that exactly was.
well, both of them are not great, so we'll just do nature because that sounds cool. 19.
You've heard of the way demons don't properly die; they just move on to find new bodies unless they are exercised properly. You've never seen it before, but considering you've heard of that, this looked very much like that was probably what that was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably have to deal with that later. Hopefully not, but
The body
we're all
that
safe
is on,
now, right?
the body that is on the ground starts to necrose rapidly, and within about 6 seconds, it's forming mold and it's becoming more like a black, like goo substance on the ground.
Vin, you alright? It's a
Yeah,
little torn
I
up.
just want to get rid of the crows. Did the crows go away, the crow storm?
Nope,
Or are they still there?
they're still.
I'm gonna start it with these bastards.
Okay.
I want them gone.
Oh, does that hit?
No.
That's okay because I'm gonna use my reaction because the scamp is still here and I'm in the emanation. So I'm going to reroll that bad boy. 19.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Three radiant damage.
Okie dokie.
And I'm just gonna wait. Yes, I'm gonna. It's the go crows, go. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I will shake my bells at the crows to try to scare them. But that will be just all I can do.
Not being actual crows, being a demonic entity pretending to be crows, that's not going to do much, unfortunately. They're completely immune to frightened, so I'm going to say that does nothing. The crows are finally going to leave Fenrir alone, having seen the Corvo demon get absolutely slaughtered. They are going to potentially suffer an attack of opportunity as they go over to Felix.
Oh, shoot.
Attack of opportunity.
From Fenrir, yeah.
16.
Oh.
Or sorry, 21.
Oof. Chill out, Fenrir.
That'll be 2 fire damage.
Okay, well, that's... that
It doesn't help that it's fire
technically-
resistance.
That technically hurts.
Well, 2 fire damage after the resistance. Total
Oh,
would be
sorry.
4.
I thought... Okay.
I should have prefaced that first. I'm tired, lol.
Yeah. The Crow Storm is going to attack Felix. Actually, it's going to do its first. No, it's not. 17 hit you, Felix?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. 7 piercing damage, and you have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Okay.
As these crows are just swarming around you. These are very nearly dead, though. Over to you, Hagen.
See, I knew I'd need those 10 hit points.
My turn. I completely think for a second. Good gosh. Blood bolt on the crow swarm or the crow storm. I cannot keep track of these names. 13.
That hits just.
Or necrotic.
Okay.
And bonus action flame seed from Fenrir, which is 21 to hit, and after like taking the resistance into account, 1 fire damage.
Oh, okay.
He's
I mean,
trying.
these things are nearly dead, but they're not quite 1 fire damage away from death, unfortunately. Is that you done then, Hagen?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that you done now, Hagen?
Oh yeah, I'm done with my turn.
Felix, take your go. You have disadvantage on your next attack. Do-do-do.
Alright, I will then bonus action attempt to get advantage and cancel it out with a performance check.
Yeah. Dance the crows away. You do indeed.
Alright, I do beat 15. Perfect. Sword, where did you go? Oh, there it is. Oh wait, sorry. Straight roll.
Yeah. We'll just take the first one, which was an 11, which was a hit. Which is good that I said that, because your reroll failed.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
With the dice roll.
Your first actual roll is an 11, which plus 4 is 15, which hits.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so that will be the longsword dealing 7 slashing plus
Yeah.
a d4 of radiant, which will be 2.
That is Xaxes to kill it.
First being freaked out by the birds, then getting pecked by the birds. He's a little upset. So he's just going to start flailing his sword in the air until the birds go away.
As much as the birds swarming you distracts you, like flipping around and dancing oddly distracts the birds just as much, and they absolutely do not get out of the way of your blow, which just smashes the almost. At this point, they're basically dust, like swarming particles just dissipate into the air and add to the ash below. And we are out of combat. We a bit over time, so we will call it there. Good fight, everyone. Well done.
Hi.
Yes.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop a like and subscribe. It really helps. If you're watching on Twitch, thanks for coming along. Thanks for chatting if you have been. Next session should be next week, as usual. Hopefully we have Totek back, because we've got some cool shit coming up. But
Yeah.
I've enjoyed exploring the town of Fowl for you guys. It's been good. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.